Hi, my name is Ann McFetrich, and I am here today with Noelle Neff, who's one of our student ambassadors this year. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thanks.
Yeah. So this is your first ISHI,
Yeah.
and I know it's early in the week, but what are you thinking so far?
So far we had the student reception last night. It was really fun. Got to talk to a panel of experts in the field, so that was really informative and nice just to meet other students in the field as well.
Yeah, that's something new for us, and we're really trying to reach younger scientists. We recognize that folks like yourselves in 10 years are going to be the ones making the decisions for the lab, and so it's important for us to get to know you guys, to establish those relationships early. And I really enjoyed the student reception last night as well. It was a lot of fun. It was great to be laughing with the crew and all of that. So I'm glad you were able to make it. So what made you decide to go into forensics? Of all the sciences in the world, why forensics?
It's kind of cliche, but when I was a kid, I would watch CSI a lot with my dad, and then I always thought I wanted to either do that or be a lawyer, because both kind of are in the show. And then as I got older, I started watching Dexter, and then in high school I took a forensic science elective course, and that really sparked my interest there, learning about everything. And then my dad also happened to work at Towson University, where I go currently, and went for undergrad, and so it was free.
Yeah.
And then they also had a forensics program there, and a great science program there. So kind of reason I went.
Yes. So now that you're doing the work and you're doing the research, I'm sure you've recognized really soon, this isn't like the TV show at all.
Yeah.
Was there anything in particular that you were surprised or disappointed that it wasn't like the TV show?
I don't know, really disappointed, but maybe the biggest thing that I first realized, plastic bags aren't used in a lot of the CSI shows. They put everything in plastic, and I'm like, we don't use plastic. It's all paper bags.
Yes.
So that was one of the big things I noticed.
Yes. Well, you can't see it on camera.
Yeah,
if
right.
It's in a brown paper
Right.
bag, right? Yes. So tell me about your poster.
Okay, so my research is with next generation sequencing, also known as NGS, and it kind of developed. I took Towson offers for the master's program, an elective course where you learn about all the next generation sequencing technology, and we specifically have a MySeq FGX, which is for forensic use. So we did kind of little mini projects within our class using the MySeq FGX, and we kind of did them on disease samples, and we're just trying to develop any projects from that. And then that's kind of how my project developed. So at first in that class, I looked at two different types of dementia. So it was frontotemporal dementia and then dementia with Lewy bodies. It was trying to see if any of these, we did research on some of the SNPs within the Forensic Signature Prep Kit by Verigen. And we were trying to see if we could possibly link these diseases with these SNPs, because research has been coming out showing that some of these STRs or SNPs or forensic markers could potentially be linked with phenotypic information and medical information, which we kind of don't want in forensics. Our STRs weren't initially chosen for those reasons. So we kind of developed the project, and then I further, as my own research project, expanded that and looked at a bunch of different neurodegenerative disease samples, like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, ALS, as well as I also kept the frontotemporal dementia and the Lewy body dementia. And we're kind of just looking if there's any possible association with SNPs with them, and then with apparently healthy individuals.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how it developed and what it's about. So
That's very exciting, very exciting. So I will be sure to stop by and ask you a couple of questions about it. So the work that you do, it can be challenging. And I think we heard last night at the student reception about some of the darkness associated with the samples that people are evaluating in the cases and so forth. How do you yourself kind of separate yourself and or unwind from whether it was a stressful day at the lab, etc. How do you do that?
I'm a big, I guess, gamer. I love playing video games, so I guess that's always like a way to like step back and go into a different world kind of thing. And I also am really into music,
Okay.
and I play guitar and bass and stuff. So I
Wow.
do that as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that falls into the well-rounded
Yeah.
category that Deidre and Brian were
Yeah.
talking about last night.
For
That's
sure.
great. So, what advice would you have for other students who are considering going into forensic sciences?
I think the biggest thing I would say is just take every opportunity possible or like apply to every internship or every program you want to get into or anything like that, because the worst that can happen is you're told no or sorry, you're not accepted, which really isn't bad. So why not just apply and try to do every single thing, and you might get accepted like I did to ISHI 33.
Right.
So yeah, my professor was like actually pretty last minute. She told me about it, and then she was like, well, just apply and see. And then I'm here now. So worked out.
Yeah, I really enjoyed your video, and all of the submissions we got this year were great. I wish we could have brought everybody on board. We just didn't have that ability. It was a really hard decision to just narrow it down to 4. So what are you most looking forward to this week?
I think just all the talks in general, just learning new things. It's just always so interesting to learn anything I possibly can in the forensic field. On Thursday, there's an NGS workshop dealing with sexual assault cases, and I'm pretty interested in NGS as it's related to my research. So that seems super interesting. And then I guess meeting John Butler, hopefully, and just seeing all the booths and what everyone has to offer and just learning more.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. John is, I like to refer to him as the Tom Hanks of the forensics field, because he's so nice, and he's very passionate about the work, about excellence and ensuring, that the quality standards are good. And the best part of it is he's not, he recognizes that he's not in the lab. And so he understands that, some of the things that are proposed and so forth, in reality and in real world cases, implementation is very challenging. So he's not opposed to somebody, pushing back and saying, well, hey, wait a second. So he's very approachable and just a genuine nice guy. We definitely, if I see you and him within 15 feet of each other and you're not aware that he's there, I'm going to corral you and bring you over and introduce you to him.
That would be great.
He's a really nice guy. So forensics is a really interesting field, and it's changing, although change can be slow. NGS is one of these really cool things. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of the forensics field and the research that you've started?
I think I want to be a DNA analyst, so hopefully somewhere in that field. But I wouldn't mind starting out, in crime scene, because I think in a lot of cases you kind of have to start and work your way up. Also, I'd love to, run a lab as well, so maybe that. And I have thought about it, but I'm not sure, because I do really like doing research, especially with NGS. So maybe getting my PhD and exploring that, but we'll see about that. Yeah.
Plenty of time to worry about that. Plenty of time. So who inspires you within the field, outside of the field? Is there anybody who you look up to as a role model?
I guess within the field, I think just students in general, my peers, us trying to further this field and with all these new technologies and make it better. And then I guess outside of the field, I'd probably have to say my family overall, but specifically my mom. She actually passed away a little over 2 years ago now. So it's just I just want to do good for her kind of thing to make her proud,
Yes.
So.
I'm sure she is very proud of you, and
thank
always
you.
has been, I'm sure. But how difficult. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Truly. So 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you're running your own lab. you come to ISHI, some student comes up to you, says, hey, I'm thinking about going into forensic science. What are you going to tell them?
That they should. There's a lot of, subdivisions within the field. So a lot of the time, like, you don't even have to specifically be a science major. You can be like a criminal justice major, maybe sociology at Towson. That's in that field, But there's so many different like routes you can take, like fingerprinting firearms, or you can get into like the biology, the DNA side, or the chemistry and serology and everything like that. So I would just say take as many classes as you can in these different fields and see what you like.
Excellent. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh gosh. Probably like teleportation, if anything. So I could just be like, I want to go here, and then can just snap my fingers and I'm there, or be a lot easier to travel that way, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, I'm down with that. That seems reasonable. That seems totally good. So you play a lot of games.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game that you play online?
Oh gosh, I play a lot of everything. My current favorite is a game called Stardew Valley.
Okay.
And it's like a farming simulator, but it's almost like Animal Crossing in that sense.
Gotcha.
You might have heard of. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like an easy pastime, like relaxing game.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So speaking of relaxing, hard day at school, hard day in the lab, so forth. How do you unwind besides gaming? Is there something else that you do that kind of frees your mind and gets you in a happy place?
Probably just maybe hanging out with my friends or my cousins. I'm really close with them, so just hanging out with them, I guess.
Excellent. 3 words that your friends would use to describe you.
Oh gosh. Maybe honest. I feel like I can be a pretty blunt person, so honest. Determined. And maybe funny. I don't know. I'd hope. I don't know.
No, definitely. I see that. Of those traits, which one do you think will serve you the best as you move into your career?
Hopefully determined. I'm pretty hardworking, can move forward, get a good job,
Yes. Yep. Those things are important for sure. If you could be anything but a forensic scientist, what would you want to be?
I'm not completely sure. I could probably have a different answer every day, but I did want to go into, at first before forensic science, I wanted to go into audio engineering because I am really into music. So maybe something in the music field. Yeah.
Excellent. So you play guitar and bass?
Yeah, and I have like a little keyboard and drum set and stuff, but I wouldn't really say I play them, but I can do like a few things,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, people must like, hey, come play music at my party.
Oh,
No?
I'd probably be too shy too. So, yeah.
So you like to listen to music. What's your favorite genre?
Oh gosh, again, probably different every day, but probably classic rock. I'm very much into the Beatles. Paul McCartney as like my idol.
High five. Well done.
I also like really like country and folk too, like Brandy Carlisle. I'm super into, but
I love
really
her.
I listen to almost everything. So
I love her.
Yeah.
I have to say, I know you mentioned that you're on TikTok, and that I have found some great music. Some wonderful musicians through TikTok, and really, I just discovered the brothers Comatose. They're a folk band. Oh my God, they're delightful.
Yeah, there's been a few artists that have really gotten their fame through TikTok and now
Teddy
like albums.
And a few others. So, huge Beatles fan. So, have you watched the Get Back documentary?
I loved it. It was so good.
It was so amazing.
It was so good.
Really, I love that. It really gave me a huge appreciation for that song, even more so. So, any last minute word of advice to the students out there who might be thinking about applying to be a student ambassador?
Go for it. Again, the worst that can happen is you get denied and maybe apply next semester and you could get accepted. You never know. So
that's true.
Go for it. It's awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. Thanks
Yeah,
very
me
much.
too. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.